Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. After filming my morning Wake Me Up flow, I figured 2020 has probably given people more sleeping problems than just one, so why not film a yin yoga sequence to help with falling asleep and staying asleep. Today's practice is going to be a short breathing exercise to slow down your breath and have a calming effect on your nervous system, and then 5 simple poses that require a few props but are sure to relax you and get you ready for sleep. We're going to be using 2 blocks. I would highly suggest using a yoga bolster, but if you don't have one, like me, you can use a couch cushion or a pillow, just some thick pillow that will give you some support in order to rest on. You can also use a blanket and fold it up and stack multiple pillows in order to use them, just finding the setup that works best for you. Also totally not necessary, but it definitely helps me relax, is lavender essential oil. This is just a little roll-on. And this is a body oil, which is a blend of the essential oil and some carrier oils. I like to just put a little bit in my palm and rub it into my neck and shoulders, just to help with relaxation throughout the practice. Also for relaxation, I will link my favorite playlists to fall asleep to in the description box below, so feel free to check those out. Let's begin in a supine meditation. So lie down on your backs. Extend your legs out long. Allow your arms to fall at your sides. Get all the last little wiggles out of your body. And begin to slow down. Slow down your thoughts. Slow down your breathing. We're going to do a simple pattern of breathing in order to extend the exhales longer than your inhales. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep up this pattern on your own. With every inhale, think of relaxation, and with every exhale, let go of all the leftover thoughts from your day today. Inhale peace and relaxation, and exhale all of your worries about tomorrow. If you can, begin to extend your exhales longer than 6 counts. But whatever's comfortable, just as long as your exhales are extending longer than your inhales. Inhale to fill up your lungs completely, and exhale, squeezing your abs and getting every last drop out. If it's a part of your practice, maybe start with your Ujjayi breath, constricting your throat in order to make it easier to extend your exhales. Keeping your attention on this breath, bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Shift over onto your right hip and let your knees both fall off to the right. And if your knees don't touch, you can place a blanket or a pillow in between them in order to rest comfortably. Maybe keeping your eyes closed, bring your knees back up to center. Shift onto your left hip and drop your knees off to the left. Being sure to keep both shoulders on the ground. Slowly bringing your knees back to center, removing any prop if you had one. Now for the next few minutes, I'm going to give you two different options and you can choose whichever one works best for you. The first one is going to be bringing your knees in towards your chest and letting them fall off to the sides, pulling them down towards your armpits. Second option is bringing your sits bones next to a wall, leaning down onto your forearms and bringing your legs up the wall. If you have a block, you can take the block and place it underneath your sacrum in order to elevate your hips. So whichever posture you have chosen, make sure to get out all of your wiggles and relax into this posture. If you had your legs up the wall, slowly begin to bring your knees in and drop them off to one side, removing the block from underneath you, and slowly pressing yourself back up. If you had your knees pulling in towards you, go ahead and slowly make your way to a seat, making sure that your blankets and your pillows are accessible for this next one. And I'm also going to give you two options here, just because sometimes one of these can be more intense on the lower back. So first option is to take your pillow or your bolster or whatever. Slowly allow yourself to fold forward over top of your props, resting your forehead on the top. Keep flexing your toes towards your face, but release everything else. Make sure to not collapse in your lower back though, like this. If that's the case, I want you to come into option 2, which is a child's pose, but supported. Maybe using your blanket to pad your knees. Bring the bolster in between your thighs and fold over it, bringing one cheek to the bolster at a time, being sure to remember to switch halfway through. If you had one cheek down, go ahead and reverse it. Slowly press yourself up off of your props. Unfolding, moving your pillows off to the side. This is going to be our last posture, and I'm going to give 3 different variations depending on the props that you have. So if you don't have any blocks, I want you to come down onto your back. Bring your soles of feet to touch and let your knees fall open to the sides. maybe placing a rolled up blanket or a rolled up towel or a pillow underneath your knees to support them if this is too intense. Finding a place where you can comfortably hold this for a few minutes. If you have one block, I recommend walking your heels in to where you can touch, lifting your hips up and sliding one block underneath your sacrum, kind of like with the supported legs up the wall. And just letting your hips rest, letting all the weight fall down, releasing your arms to the sides. Again, finding a place where you can get out all of your wiggles and then relax into the posture. If you have two blocks, I want you to make them into a T and place them towards the top of your mat, maybe leaving a bit of space in between them. And then slowly lowering down onto your forearms, aligning the end of the block to align with kind of your middle back where your bra strap would be. And then aligning the second block underneath a point in your head that's comfortable. And you can either bring the soles of feet to touch like in option 1, or just let your feet go out long. If you had come down onto 2 blocks, use your forearms to pull yourself up slowly, removing the blocks from your mat. Same if you were in supported bridge. And slowly come into Shavasana. If you had your soles of feet touching, release your legs out long. Coming into your final resting position. Noticing if your exhales are still longer than your inhales. Releasing all the leftover tension that might be held in your shoulders, your face, your jaw, your tongue. And allowing yourself to relax. You don't always have to be busy, either physically or mentally. You can allow yourself to just relax. I know it's hard. Me, literally every night, but I hope today's practice leaves you feeling relaxed and at peace and able to sleep. I will leave you here in Shavasana. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to with the music, or go crawl in bed and fall asleep. Sleep well, yogis. Namaste.